Good evening. This is Bill Sabo, the crime prevention guy. I welcome you today. Uh, it took 3 years in the criminal justice system, but one of the two previously paroled accused men in the brutal 2007 home invasion in the affluent Connecticut town in the New Haven suburb of Cheshire was found guilty of killing a mother and her two daughters in their home. Their home was burned to the ground after much criminality took place with all the family members. Dr. Petit escaped from the home and called for help, but it was too late. The first criminal on trial was guilty on all of the criminal counts except for one. Now, does that make you feel safe now in your home or apartment because of this jury's decision? It doesn't make me feel any safer. This was a horrific tragedy for the doctor's family of Dr. William Petit. The two men who broke into the Petit home in New Haven suburb of Cheshire and beat William Petit with a baseball bat and forced Mrs. Hawk Petit to withdraw money from a local bank before raping and strangling her, according to trial testimony. The criminals were both parolees, and they were prior conviction for burglary, and they had met each other at a halfway house. They bound the girls, ages 8 and 11, to their beds. Then they put pillowcases over their heads and poured gasoline on them and around them before setting the house on fire. The police department spokesperson stated that the girls died of smoke inhalation. The district attorney stated the men were caught fleeing from the scene of the crime. In retrospect, the home invasion was planned and ruthless. Was there anything that the family could have done that could have stopped such a tragedy? Dr. Petit could have had a gun, a stun gun, or a knife on him. The Petit family could have easily strategically placed guns, stun guns, and numerous knives throughout the home in anticipation of a family threat. The facts of the case indicate that this was not an option in this case. Hypothetically, had the Petit family had a stun gun like the Taser, Taser X26C, that this may have made a difference in the outcome of this case. Being a doctor, he would have been able to afford to purchase 5 or 6 stun guns and place them throughout the house in case of an emergency. Any one of the family members could have used a stun gun against one of the two criminals with a high degree of probable success of stopping that person, and hopefully both. Because of the heinous crime, most of us would have no objection had the doctor had a revolver and killed both men before anything got out of hand. On the other hand, a Taser X26C stun gun, which uses high voltage and low amperage to temporarily disable an attacker for several minutes, this would have left plenty of time for them to have gotten away out of the home and had giving them an opportunity to call the police department for immediate assistance. The stun gun does not rely on pain for results, but instead the technology causes the body to decrease the energy for the person's muscles, and its body is unable to function properly. The stun gun also interrupts the small neurological impulses that controls and directs voluntary muscle movement. The criminal's neuromuscular system is overwhelmed and controlled by the stun, and the criminal loses their balance and is incapacitated for approximately 5 to 15 minutes, and most of the time longer. Should the criminal be touching you, the current will not pass into your body. The Taser is a self-defense electronic crime control device. It has almost 100% effectiveness rating. The Taser can stop a threat up to 15 feet in distance, allowing you a safe and secure distance to protect yourself and your family from an attacker. If a close quarter defense becomes necessary, the Taser doubles as a contact stun device to repel someone who could be powerful, and thus you would have a backup capability. I realize that this is Monday morning quarterbacking 3 years later, but if this analysis can help someone else avoid what took place 3 years ago, and then I say go for it and protect yourself with different available defense protection. Even something as small as a pepper spray might have stopped what took place. We can't change the Petit family and their tragic outcome, but we may be able to stop a tragedy to ourselves or our families with a little bit of timely crime prevention planning. Again, my name is Bill, the crime prevention guy, where your safety is our business. You can obtain free crime prevention reports at my 2 websites, and right now you can get a $10 off coupon number 201 off any purchase at either site. Click on one of my sites. The first site is www.feel-safe-now.com, where I feature safe family life kits. You can click on www.sabo-crime-prevention.com, where I feature taser and stun guns. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a dangerous time where there are many difficult times on an ongoing basis in the cities and the suburbs in our great country. I hope you would give this some thought, and that you take whatever necessary precautions you might take for both yourself and your family, and that you would have a happy forever. Thank you for listening to me, and have a great day. Goodbye.